Just a reaction, sir, on this breaking news, 8-6 granting the co-warranto petition.
Well, it's a very close vote. One vote would have spelled the difference. One additional dissenting vote could have stayed the co-warranto.
Mm-hmm. But it is 8-6. There is no...
Yes. So that's the reality, yes.
Yeah. So in situations like this, do you think there's even still a chance in the event of an MR, sir?
Well, there's always that chance, no? Because an MR is always addressed to the sound discretion of the members of the court. And if somebody changes his mind or is persuaded by the arguments of the contained in the MR, it can change. But by experience, of course, we know that the MRs do not always, well, very slim chances of success in the Supreme Court.
But this is a landmark decision, attorney. In my head, it's really something that was well studied, that they've had positions on this, they evaluated, dissected this, and again, as much as it is a close call, I wanted to get your opinion that, I know anything's a possibility, but can one really still change his or her mind?
Well, that is why there is such a remedy in the in the rules of court, because there is always that possibility. There's always the chance that the judge or the justice may change his mind on the assumption that the counsel for the movant has really good arguments or introduces perhaps new facts into the records of the case.
Attorney, let me ask you this. They will possibly file a motion for reconsideration, but given the scenario, what are your thoughts? Because it says it's immediately executory, and that they have called this that she is the Chief Justice seat is now vacant, and asked the JBC to commence application. Plain and simple, sir, does this mean the Chief Justice should vacate her post now?
I have not read the dispositive portion, but if that is the tone that the decision is immediately executory, then it is the Chief Justice has no recourse but to file an MR. But in the meantime, she cannot assume her position as Chief Justice still of the Supreme Court.
Kailangan umalis na po siya, pending any MR.
Yes, in the event that she files an MR within 15 days, then the tone of the decision, if that is true, is for her to vacate her seat.
Yeah, yes. Because sometimes we always have this problem with MRs and this 15 days. Some say that until it's final and executory, we still have 15 days, so they stay in their position. So ito po, it's very clear to you that if this is the tone, as read by Attorney Theodore Te, she needs to leave now.
Yes, correct.
Aside from, a recourse would be an MR, sir. Did this decision, what effect do you think would this decision have?
Well, I don't know how many justices actually concurred in full, or agreed in full to the ponencia of, I understand, Justice Tiham. But if several justices made concurrences without necessarily, agreeing to all the points of the ponente, it's possible that this may not hold some really long-lasting doctrinal value, in the sense that it is a strong precedent. So we will have to evaluate the tone of the individual opinions of the justice.
I understand, of course, makapal-kapal ho ito na kailangan natin talagang pag-aralan. But just going through what Attorney Theodore had announced, sir, is that number one, the grant of the petition of co-warranto was a vote of 8-6. And then there was a second one, sir, was a co-warranto the proper remedy? The vote was 9-5. And then there was a third expression here on the filing of the SAL-N, wherein 9 justices expressed their opinion on this. I know that it needs to be studied further, sir, and dissected well. But did this kind of voting, you expected this? Nagulat ho ba kayo? Were there any surprises?
No, not really. When I was asked the same question last night, I said that publicly 5 justices have aligned themselves against the Chief Justice, and you just add 3 to that, you get 8. And I express the hope that the justices individually would evaluate the case on the merits. And apparently they hewed closely to their earlier statements in Congress. So it was, more or less, close to what
you
we have
predicted.
expected. Yes, yes.
How would you describe this decision, though?
Well, I don't know. I have yet to read the decision of the justices.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right, Attorney Fajardo, thank you so much
Thank you,
for your time. Attorney Abdiel Fajardo there, Integrated Bar of the Philippines. Let's go back.